Hello everyone. Today we will see another example for argument packing in functions and another practical example. For example, suppose if you want to find the suppose we have collections like list or tuple, and we want to find say we want to find the union and intersection. So this is what I mean. Suppose this is we have three lists here. I want to find the intersection, which is the element which is common in every case. So in this case, our union, the intersection with the idea of sets. Okay, intersection will be 2, and the union will get the item in union. Suppose you make a combined list and take up all the elements which is uniquely in every element. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 7, right? So all the unique items in all the list. So now so it means that if one is in 1 and 1 only count time one time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 7, that will be the union. So now how do we code? Let's do the intersection first. Say definition in intersect. For example, I can say my star arg, right? We have to collect the arguments. So argument will be the first list, second list, and third list. So we have 3 elements in this case at least. So now what we do? I say my intersection, for example, as a list. And then for I can say so how do we do it? So I'll take the first list, right, and I will scan through every element in that and make sure that it is if that particular item is in every list, then I will save it. So I have to only scan the first list because we are looking for common elements. So let's do for say item, right, in argument 0, right? So that will be 1 in this case, if we are taking that as an example. For item in argument 0, and say now we have to take all one by one. We'll take the remaining items for say remaining in argument 1, right? Now if I say if the item is not in that, we can just break off, right? If remaining not, or if item, right, not in remaining. So I'm checking if say 1 is in the second list or 1 is in the third list, I can just break off this loop. And if this executes without any break, which means that we have found an item, so we have learned this for loop with an else, it will be only executed if the loop runs over all the elements without break. And I can say intersection, I can append that. So I have found an element which is common in everything. And finally I can say return, right? So now let us go back to this, right? Let us go back to and let's say take that inter. So it is working. It is 2 is the number. Now let us code the union, right? So union, so if say 1, 2, 3 and 7, that has to be output. It doesn't matter in which order. So that is the union. So now let us do definition uni, right, underscore, again with argument packing. This is much more simpler, right? So we have to our output will be say union, for example, is my list. And so what we will do is we are going to scan the items in each and every list, and we'll check. For example, we take the first item in the first list. So first I have to say for item in arguments, right? First means it will be 1 2 3, item will be 1 2 3. So I'll take the first element and I'll check if it is in our union list. If it is not there, I'll add it. If it is there, I won't add. So 1 is not there, I'll add it. 2 is not there, I'll add. 3 is not there, I can add. Now 2 is there, I won't add, and so forth. So if item, right? Now for item in item, right? I take each and every item. If item not in union, right? If that item is not in our output list, the union list, I can basically append union dot append it, right? And finally I can just return my union, right? So now let us check it. So we'll do here. So 1 2 3 and 7. So the whole point of this exercise is that we can do like 2 4 5 700, so we don't have to limit ourselves. We don't have to limit. So we have 1 2 3 7 4 5 and 100. So that is the union of the all the elements. So we can have arbitrary as many, and we can also include other items, if you have maybe files or collection of files, or we can get anything we want. So this is as another wonderful example to learn from Learning Python by Mark Lutz, and thank you very much for watching.